Alright guys, so today I'm welding on my stunt bar, scrape bar, whatever you want to call it. It's basically a bar about 1.5 feet long, maybe a little less. I forget the measurements, but I basically took some aluminum and mounted it to my frame, which later will be also welded to the subframe, and I then cut another piece and made 2 slots so that it would slide in between the backs of the 2 pieces coming out, and it just fits right up against it just like that. That way when I'm up 12 o'clock, this piece right here will be flat to the ground, and it will allow me to scrape this and not scrape my fender and mess it all up. I know it looks cool, those guys who do 12 o'clock and they have their fenders all rolled up or scraped back all the way up to here, and I praise them. They are my idols, you know, but I am not as good as them, and until I am, I would like some safety. And I've already wrecked this bike before, going past, you know, like 2-3 o'clock, because some guys can get to those numbers and still pull it off, you know, still come back to 12 and keep on riding. But me, for some reason, when I get to that point, I've panicked before, and that's why my muffler looks like that, because it took a hit. I took a hit too. So what I want is to, when I get 12 o'clock, this to be you know, right there on the pavement, scraping, keeps me safe, and it shows me exactly where I need to be when I'm doing 12 o'clock. As soon as I get comfortable with all of that, this will come off, you know, that'll come off, and I'll start scraping fender just like everybody else. But until then, you can hate on me, you can call me a pussy, whatever. I've been wheeling this bike plenty of times. I mean, I've had the bike almost 2 years now, and I've wheelied it all over the place. You can ask anybody in Myrtle Beach. I wheelie this bike all the way through the gears. So I'm not worried about anybody hating on me for this, because I know there will be some haters, but I've wheelied this bike before, and I'm not scared to wheelie it, but I am scared of doing this shit and this shit. I'm tired of that, you know. So I've pulled this bike back before to the fender, and for some reason I just can't figure out to hit that brake and make it come back up. I don't know, I always panic. So as your boy DB Shawnee would say, don't panic. But for some reason I fucking panic. So I'm going to put this scrape bar on to teach me to where that balance point is, and once I learn it and I'm not panicking anymore, I'll take it off, and then I can go from there. And who knows, maybe I'll be better than some of these other guys out here, but I doubt it. There's some really fucking good people that can do catwalking and all kinds of fucking tricks that nobody's even seen before. I mean, I see guys taking their hands off the handlebars, all kinds of shit. So this is my resolution to trying to get good, I guess you would say. I'm okay at wheeling, but for some reason I can't do slow wheelies. Like, I can't balance the bike and hold the brake and just keep it in that balance point without using any gas. I am a person who has to stay on the gas to keep it up and switch gears and get faster and faster. So I'm the kind of guy that you see doing wheelies down the highway at like 80-90 miles an hour. Yes, this bike will do 100 miles an hour with the sprocket setup that I have. So yeah, hate on me if you guys want to. That's okay. I need the feedback. It'll push me to getting this off of my bike eventually. But as of right now, I'm gonna throw some sparks for you guys. Fuck the bullshit. Fuck the police. Fuck the streets up. Murder the streets. Bike life jonesing. Brat life jonesing. I'm in the building. But today I'm going to show you guys how to do some aluminum welding. I've been doing it here and there for work purposes, and I am going to get some practice in today on hitting here, gonna hit the same spots underneath. Also probably going to hit here, right there, and the same on the other side. So yeah, I just wanted to show the basic setup for when you're going to do some aluminum welding. You're gonna use a spool gun. If you're doing some regular MIG welding, steel or stainless, then you're going to be using a spool over here, and the wire goes through this contraption which tightens down onto the wire, and you're going to be in the up position. So you're going to have it in the up position when you're doing steel or stainless, and in the down position when you're using your spool gun for aluminum. So I'm using my spool gun for aluminum, so I'm going to flip that switch down. I don't need any of this. I don't need wire going through here because all the wire is inside of the gun. I do need this connected. I need my ground cable coming out, going over to the positive side. Or I'm sorry, my power coming out over to the positive side, my ground cable on the negative side, and obviously this power supply for the handle trigger connected. Also, you're going to need some gas. I have been running my gas at between 15 and 20 psi. You can figure out what you like for yourself. Obviously, you're going to need to be plugged into power, and you're going to need your surfaces to be cleaned. I have sanded those down with a grinding pad. Make sure your surfaces are clean. Make sure you have your gloves. Connect your ground to the closest point that you can to where you're going to be welding. If you don't have anything good to grab onto, I suggest investing into one of these. I haven't really used it yet because every time I've welded so far I haven't needed it, but this is basically a huge magnet, and you can attach this magnet to whatever you're welding onto, as long as it's not aluminum, because obviously aluminum doesn't attract a magnet. So if you're welding on aluminum and you can't attach to it, then you're just screwed. But if you're on stainless or if you're on stainless or steel, I'm pretty sure you can use the magnet for that. I think maybe stainless you can. I know steel you can put the magnet to it. Like I said, I'm a novice at this. There's gonna be some feedback. I want the feedback so people can know exactly what they're doing when they're trying to learn this, because I'm learning as we go right now. Yeah, so here we go. I just want to show everybody me welding and fucking up and making mistakes and shit like that. So yeah, have a look.